If we made it so you had to marry the man that got you pregnant, would you choose more carefully?
That's a loaded question. Say that question
I
again.
feel like I choose carefully regardless, but I feel like more
No, no,
women would choose
I wanna,
carefully.
I
If you
wanted to say
chose
that question.
carefully, what is the fruit from your what fruit do you bear to prove that?
You know,
My
it's
daughter.
funny. It's funny. Wait, I
Oh
want to
my
unpack this.
God.
Wait. I want to unpack this,
Y'all
y'all,
niggas
because
is
this
rude.
is this is
Yes, because he
actually.
know my baby daddy passed. That should be lame as fuck.
Oh, no. So I
I'm
wanna, I
sorry to
wanna
hear
say
that.
this real quick. I'm sorry for your loss, though, Die. But I
Yeah.
want to say,
It is a feelings thing, and per my experience talking with these people, I mean with these women. I'm sorry. Uh, it's it is mislabeling. Uh, I think me and Sweeney had a conversation about women's inability to properly associate terms with the meanings. And they will say that we are disrespecting them when it's more like we just not being kind or some shit or sweet. Or I think in the case me and Sweeney was talking about was abuse. It's just abuse is being abused. Like the term is being abused because it's being misrepresented. And I think he used a scenario about money. A woman said her husband financially abused her. Like that's some new shit that because at first I thought that he took out or a stack of cash, $2,000 in the red band. He slapped her in the face with or some shit. But then that would still be
Really?
physical abuse. It wouldn't be financial abuse. It would still be. I guess you can argue it'd be financial abuse, but the way. But I'm just saying though, like the misinterpretation and mislabeling of terms is out of hand right now. And if we don't get on top of this shit, somebody's gonna tell us that we giving them hunger abuse and some shit like that. For example, if I fucking my wife send me out to go get some chicken nuggets and some French fries, and I forget the French fries, I've abused her. Food abuse. You get what I'm saying? I believe it will go that far. Y'all laughing, bro. I'm serious as fuck.
According to
Now,
you, Bruiser, food abuse would be beating somebody over the head with a bag of Ore-Ida fries.
Okay, well,
According to you.
So I want to say this though. This is kind of where that courtesy part comes in, right? So most of us understand that a good portion of females are going to react that way, right? So if we decide that we are going to allow females into the arena, then we have to understand this is where that perspective part that I was talking about comes in, where it's like, okay, there's lines we could like dance on, but it's easy to cross it because most of us understand. I know one of us on have a decent amount of experience with women, so we know many things that we say they're going to take offense to almost no matter what, right? And it's if you care. Maybe you don't care. If you don't care, fuck it. Just call them all types of bitches and whatever you want to do is fine. But if you do care, then you got to dial it back a little bit because we understand that females are just like that, right? In general, it's not like some of them are worse than others, but females in general, sometimes we have to talk to them differently. And in our personal lives, that's how we operate, right? And there's definitely two different ways to look at that. You say, well, if you want to be in alliance, then it is what it is. But then there's also, us understanding how easy it is to run off a female, right? And how flaky females are in general and how difficult it is to obtain females to even get in spaces. So if we care about that and we care about their perspective and we want to be able to understand their perspective, then we have to have a certain amount of accountability as to how we treat them when they're around, if you care.
Now, Trev, I'm surprised to hear that from you. I used to say, we all need to follow the Trev doctrine. I mean, you remember how you said it? I've been saying that.
No, I dig. Now, I don't want you to get twisted because I've offended.
to the Trev doctrine. It does. I mean, that just sounds, because listen, we have to establish a baseline. All humans should, if you share the same culture, we have an American culture, so we share the same American culture here on the West. We have to establish a baseline. And as far as I'm concerned, the truth is the baseline. And what you're saying is we should dial it back because of how they feel, but we should never dial back the truth. And I always felt that the Trev doctrine was all about the truth, whether you like it or not. So explain how you round that circle.
I'd love to. We never dial back the message, because like I said, I have offended quite a few women on the panel, right? And unapologetically, but it wasn't because I was trying to. And that's what we were talking about, intent, right? So there's things that we can do to kind of mitigate it. We can't, I'm going to give my message, right? I'm going to give the truth, and I will never hide the truth. I will never, put the facts away, because it is what it is. Facts over feelings. However, we could all agree that sometimes people do step over the line and go wild, right? So I would say the delivery. It's the delivery. You know what I'm saying? Not the message. You always keep the message, and I'm always talking about spitting the truth, and I'm gonna say what's on my mind, right?
So you're talking about the delivery should be dialed back.
Yeah, we gotta dial back the delivery sometimes.
I agree.
Right? If we want to keep the females around, because I've seen some things that we some of us shouldn't be proud of, and as the way we've treated women, right? Not you per se, because you don't get down like that. But I've seen it happen, right? Where females have been called things, and it's kind of wild when we do that. We just have to, but listen, never, ever, ever hide the truth. I ain't never gonna say no shit like that, ever. But just the way we handle them, and I ain't saying you gotta be like baby them, right? Because they decide to come on the panel, and it is what it is. But if we want them to be around,
we need to read the room.
And a lot of people miss these social cues and don't really. Maybe they never watch it back, or even after watching back, they still think it's cool. But it's not always. Sometimes we go harder than we have to. I try not to be, disrespectful. That's all. Just keep the respect there. That's all I would say. But like I said, never, ever, ever hide the truth, ever.
What if I told you that I've been in these situations, in these conversations, and I have dialed back my delivery? Actually intentionally did it to see if I can get a different response, or could I actually land my point and it resonate better? And it didn't work, no matter what I did.
So Brother, all right. So let's give the example. Like, if when you said, "What fruits did you bear?" What kind of reaction did you expect at that point?
Oh my God!
Hold on, what? Say that again.
When you said, "What fruits
We
did
died.
you bear?"
Wait, did Bruce?
Yeah.
Just you play that,
What
Bruce?
type of a reaction did you expect?
No, that's not me, bro. I did not play that. That's King Talk TV.
I did what?
You always gotta blame the darkest person on the show. I'm just,
Okay, well, that's cool. Yeah, I'm used to that. Never mind.
No, for real, Darwin. What type of a reaction did you expect when you said, "What fruits did you bear?"
with reaction or response? You talking about a response?
Yeah. What kind of a feeling do you think that she would have, or what type of response were you expecting after dropping that bomb?
Honestly, I didn't know what to expect. I know
bullshit.
I didn't know.
You said bullshit, right?
Yes.
You said bullshit, right?
I said bullshit. Yeah.
All right, just making sure, because that's what it sounded like.
Hey, but in terms of
you have a right to call it bullshit, but I will tell you this. I could tell you what I wanted the response to be. What I wanted the response
to be. If the female responded,
let him get
it.
Let him get it. Kenny, I definitely want to hear you, but I want to see where he was about to say about this shit.
The hair stood up on the back of his neck for me. All right, so what I wanted her to respond and say is, well, based off of my experience and the choices I made, the fruit that I bear don't represent good choices. Because I think the lady said that she always made good choices. So I guess I was asking for too much if I'm asking for that level of accountability. But that's what I wanted. That's the response I wanted.
No, I dig it. But the only reason I say that is because somebody mentioned earlier, I forgot, I'm sorry, about reading the room and just understanding personalities, because she had been on here a few times already, and we knew that she had she's spoken about a lot of great detail about her personal life and stuff. So we were like, all right,
do the women,
we know.
Do the women have to read the room as well?
They should, and if they don't, then I will call them on it too, and we all should call them on it, because that's expected as well. That's expected as well, and they have to be held accountable when they come out of pocket. Then yeah, we absolutely should check them. It's equal opportunity around here.
Well, no, I'm not saying you should check. I'm saying, do they got to read the room? Like, for example, don't say that, because if Darwin hear you say that, or Sweeney hear you say that,
why are you giving a what? Why are you? We talking about you right now. Why are you worried about what they got to do? That's a what about it? You're like, well, what about them? Ain't they supposed to do it too?
No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Why are you just asking?
Because we're all.
How's that relevant to what you're supposed to do?
Because we're all involved in the same conversation.
And what women here? I'm just simply we're asking about. I guess it's something that you did on a show or something that I guess you checked some women or whatever. But then right now, you're saying, well, ain't women supposed to do that as well?
Well, no, it's not that ain't women supposed to do it as well. I'm saying, for example, if I know that I say something that Kenny is going to get not triggered, but he's going to come at me for, like he's waiting on me to say something stupid. I have to read the room and make sure that I phrase my words or whatever, so I don't get attacked by Kenny. You get what I'm saying? Because he's like a hawk in the shadow.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. So like even though Kenny might say something, he got to read the room so he don't hurt my feelings. But I also got to read the room for niggas that's on the panel that just wait to fucking hurt your feelings. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you need to be bailed out, Tyler. You sounding soft right now. So let me answer the question that Jay was asking. So courteous and respect. So I provide some type of courteous by trying to help you down and cut you off because you was about to say some foot in your mouth type shit. So I did you a solid out of respect for you, as a young blood.
And that's the case right there. I did not read the room because I know Hink was gonna come for my ass. I didn't read the room. You get what I'm saying? Now my feelings is hurt. Let me turn my camera off.
I need you like that because you been saying some wild shit. No, but as far as being courteous, I think most men come at each other, especially men on this show. We try to be courteous and hear each other out. But there's a certain level of respect, like I think somebody said I was watching a show as I was leaving my son's game. There's a certain level of respect that some of you guys may have for me as an elder man, or Shannon, or Kenny as a man who's a little bit more up in age, and JR's old ass. He old too, whether he want to believe it or not. Y'all show a different level of respect for us elder men, and here, as y'all younger guys, here's some of our opinions and our stories and the situations that we put in, and y'all show a certain level of respect. And as I think me and Shannon and JR's old ass shows us a certain level of respect to the younger guys. You know what I'm saying? Just out of doing that. But if we do see one of these guys up here, I think, for example, like my man who had 18 kids and 14 baby mamas. Yeah, we got a little disrespectful there, man, because it was warranted, right? He come with this nonsense ass bullshit ass story. This man deserved to get a little lack of courtesy and well, I don't think nobody really disrespected him. I don't think so. That he may feel like he was being disrespected because we was giving him a hard time. But I can't say we wasn't as courteous as we probably could have been, because he was on some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my definition of that, JR. But Diamond, go ahead and continue to put your foot in your mouth, brother.
If we made it so you had to marry the man that got you pregnant, would you choose more carefully?
That's a loaded question. Say that question again.
I feel like I choose carefully regardless, but I feel like more
No,
women
no,
would choose
I wanna,
carefully.
I
If
want
you
him to say
chose
that question.
carefully, what is the fruit from your what fruit do you bear to prove that?
You know,
My
it's
daughter.
funny. It's funny. Wait, I
Oh
want to
my
unpack
God.
this. Wait. I want to unpack this,
Y'all
y'all,
niggas
because
is rude.
this is
Yes, because he
actually.
know my baby daddy passed. That should be lame as fuck.
Oh, no. So I
I'm
wanna,
sorry to hear
say
that.
this real quick. I'm sorry for your loss, though, Die.
Cold-blooded.
And that's what I was about to call out.
No need. We already spoke on that.
And I
We
was
already
waiting.
apologized.
I watched that episode while I was working to see if you would even consume what you did to that girl and
We did.
make a space where that you could apologize to her, because that was
Yeah.
low level shit that you
Sweeney
did.
was Sweeney was the first one that I think. Well, he the only one that called, but
We're
I think
talking about you. Do not bring anybody
no,
else.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Hold accountability for what you did.
that's what I'm doing. I said we talked about
you
it.
mentioned someone else's name.
I said
That's not
Sweeney was
holding
the first one
accountability.
to call me to let me know that I was out of line, and that's when I
Okay,
had to go
so-
look. We had to go look back at the footage, and then when we got in the
got
back chat, I actually formally
Okay.
apologized to her for it.
Okay, I got you. How did you not know in the moment that you were being disrespectful?
Well, see, here's the thing: you wasn't on the show. If you was on the show,
I didn't
then
have
you would know. I
to be.
explained this already.
I didn't
already
have
explained
to
it
be.
already.
I know the things I do. Okay,
So what?
Having a discussion. We're having a discussion. You could choose
I can't hear what you're saying.
that. Something was brought up.
I cannot hear.
No, Kenny, your internet.
So
messing
now,
up.
did you know that Di's baby father was deceased,
Yep.
and you still did that
Can you
shit?
hear me now?
First of all, I talked about this already. I did not know that she was going to bring up her baby father. We already had a conversation about this earlier before she did it, and she did it again. She brought up her personal situation, and that's why I was like, oh my God. And I explained to, I think it was Marcus, JR, I think Trev and Sweeney was both there. And I explained that the reason why I did that is because I was shocked that she would still admit that she can't handle it emotionally. She would still bring that her baby father up in the middle of the show anyways. So I'm like, why did
You say she was the problem?
Did you
I
know?
do want to
No,
do
no,
this.
no.
Hold on,
No,
y'all.
I didn't say she was the problem.